Hello, good day, and welcome to Press Talk on Television Nigerian. Television Nigerian, we dissect and analyze issues that are topical and trending in the media. I am Samuel Apan. With me on Press Talk is Mr. Sylvanus. Sylvanus is a journalist and is also a lawyer. Welcome to Press Talk.
Thank you for having me.
With me too is Nat'l. Nat'l is a politician of the APC fold and is also a journalist.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we will give you the issue of the day. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Press Talk on Television Nigerian. Now, the Supreme Court yesterday suspended, the High Court yesterday suspended Oshiomole, that's the APC National Chairman. Now, Oshiomole, that was in the Federal High Court on Wednesday, suspended Oshiomole. The court ordered that the suspension of the National Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Adams Oshiomhole, he made the decision on a substantive suit. Now, the judge, Danladi Shensi, gave the order following an application of interlocutory injunction asking the court to suspend Oshiomhole, having been suspended as a member of the APC by the party in Edo State. I'll start with you, Mr. Sylvanus. Did you see this coming?
Yes, it was obvious because Article 21 of the political party, of which Oshiomhole helmed the affairs, APC, is clear that once a member of the political party is suspended at the world level, he ceases to be a member of the political party and does not have the right to enjoy the full privileges of a member of the party. And if you would recall, the world chairman of Oshiomole's world chairman, APC world chairman, suspended Oshiomhole some months ago. The suspension was upheld by the local government council of Oshiomhole. From the local government council, it was forwarded to the state level, that is Edo State. His suspension was upheld by the state chairman of APC in Edo State. And now, the bone of contention of this issue now is that at the Federal Secretariat is supposed to ratify or dismiss the suspension of Oshiomhole. And the contention of those who have taken this matter to court now is that the fundamental principle of fair hearing and natural justice, which is nemo judes in casua, you cannot be a judge in your own case, should be invoked. Because at the National Secretariat, Oshiomhole wants to superintend over the committee that will hear the petition against him. You know that if somebody sits as a judge in his own case, justice will be denied. So these people approached the court and asked the court to tell Oshiomhole to step aside. You understand? So that impartial arbiters will come up to hear the appeal from his state, appeal suspending him. There's no way you have the powers of the national chairman and allow the rule of law, due process, and natural justice to take prevalence in a matter concerning you. So this is the grounds of the matter.
Do you disagree with him?
Well, I cannot disagree on the matter that is already before the court of competent jurisdiction. But I have this to say anyway, that the issue around the national chairman of our great party, the All Progressive Congress, is highly political. It is also mendacious and acrimonious, if you ask me. Mendacious in the sense that there are a lot of tale bearers within the architecture of the party at the state level, where that is Edo precisely because of the indifferences between him and the governor of Basike. However, I want to sound this note that as it stands now, we actually cannot blame the national party chairman of all wrongdoings and hence would want him out of the office, because the party is still finding its foot on the national ground. Even in some states where we lost elections and people tend to blame it on Oshiomole, it is glaring that the state party chairmen or chairpersons and the state party leaders are supposed to be blamed. In instances where election is supposed to be monitored in the primaries by the National Working Committee of the All Progressive Congress, you will see party leaders, stakeholders, who sometimes are judged or call themselves elders of the party, who these elders that never goes to the field to vote, to even cast their vote, or have the sagacity of winning the election. You will see them, using money, thwarting the effort of the able-bodied youth who always win election for the party, subchanging us, imposing candidates, and at the long run or at the end they will blame it on Oshiomole. Oshiomole introduced this sagacity and discipline into the party. At first, when he came in, he summoned the ministers and people were saying, "Are you the president?" and so on. But for crying out loud, this is the president of the party. The party is an umbrella, and the party is an institution from which candidates could win election and govern a state, govern a local government, or even the country at large. So if you do not look at that man at the helm of affairs to respect and follow his disciplinary measures, you will definitely have problem. Many states that we lost to opposition were because of these technicalities of leadership at the state level, not Oshiomole. But let me still also say that if these political anomalies and schemes that is trying to uproot Oshiomole from the office, if they succeed and they do not have a better replacement, a better sagacious candidate or chairman to replace Oshiomole, some of us will not only exit the party, we will help in bringing it down very well. Because we cannot continue to tolerate a situation where you will leave your responsibility at the state level and then blame it on your national chairman.
But he is the national chairman.
He is the national chairman.
The national chairman.
He has coordinated. The only blame I have on Oshiomole, like I have been saying, is that he has been laxious in the sense of making peace between him and his godson.
Let me react quickly.
Hold on. Let me nail this.
Oshiomole is the national chairman.
Yes.
And then you are saying that the people in the state level are trying to make it appear as if he's not working. Now, there have also been reports that Oshiomole is disrupting the process in the state level by trying to impose candidates of this.
They have no evidence of such. That is why I said mendacity.
So
It is
what
completely malicious.
What evidence do you have to say that Oshiomole shouldn't be blamed on the crisis?
Because at the state level, the state leaders and party chairpersons decide who to be governor, they decide who to be chairman, they decide who to field. In fact, they take money from people who are not qualified, substitute them with unqualified persons. People who are qualified are being substituted with unqualified personalities and allow them to be. And when Oshiomole seems to jump at them to say, no, don't do this, allow the will of the people, this chairman, and so they will go and gang up and say that Oshiomole wants to interfere.
Now, why is this?
Let me react.
You react
like Mr. President
now,
is there now.
Why is this not happening in the opposition party?
Who told you the opposition party even have more crisis than the APC had as of now? The opposition, some people like to cover their or wash their dirty linens within.
Okay,
but it is the habit now of the APC
can you
leaders at the state level or national
Let me
leaders
say
to begin
that I am
to
happy for his honesty in admitting that there are imposition of candidacy on the states during elections by the APC. Having established that premise, I want to follow it up with this resounding fact that the buck stops at the desk of the national chairman of the party, Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, who I pity for having limited knowledge in the administration of a political party in Nigeria.
No.
Oshiomhole's labor union approach in the leadership of the APC, without taking into consideration the nuances appertaining to the leadership of a political party, was bound to fail. In a political party leadership, you employ diplomacy. You must be democratic. You must be accommodating. You must tolerate dissenting views. Because you are leading thousands of people with millions of interests. There must be a way to harmonize this interest into an ideology to drive a political party platform. But in a labor union, you lead a people with a collective interest. The leadership is confrontational and autocratic. This is the problem of Oshiomhole. He needs a proper schooling on how to govern a political party.
What kind of schooling?
He needs a schooling on how a party chairman behaves. He needs to go back to history. Somebody like the national chairman of...
So you mean somebody that has been a national chairman for how many years now?
Let me even comment.
Even let me tell you some of his errors to show you that he doesn't have the criteria. He doesn't have the capacity, the credentials to govern the local government chapter of a political party in Nigeria. When Oyegun steered the affairs of the APC, we saw maturity, we saw integrity, we saw orderliness. APC was winning states. Oyegun brought APC to power at the center. APC was leading many states, more than 20 states. But today, because of the neophytes, the national Oshiomhole, in handling party affairs, APC have lost many states, not in an electoral contest, but because of imposition of candidacy, his abhorrence of due process and the rule of law. Look at Rivers State. The APC did not go into that contest because of Oshiomole's authoritativeness, his lack of democratic credentials, and his naivety in political party administration. He did not accommodate the diverse interests. Look at Zamfara State, where the interests of a sitting senator the chairman Senate Committee on Underwater Resources, Senator Kabiru Marafa, was jettisoned. There was no party primaries in Zamfara, and the Supreme Court was bold enough to uphold that ground. Look at Bayelsa State, where there was a clear, the APC was supposed to conduct a proper screening to know if the candidates were qualified ab initio to contest the election. But this was not done because Oshiomhole has collected bribe from some people. And
the lawyer, can you substantiate
I can. Okay. DSS accused Oshiomhole of collecting $2.5 billion in the 2019. DSS is an intelligence unit. It's an intelligence unit. I said he's accused. I didn't say he did that. I said he's accused. Accused. I'm a lawyer.
I'll come back to you, please.
He was accused of collecting money. And that was why they have been losing election. Oshiomhole collects money. He has not go to court to vacate that. So we must reiterate that accusation. I'm not saying he did it. I'm saying he has been accused. But and these are the reasons. DSS, an important intelligence unit in Nigerian security architecture. And you cannot throw away their accusations.
Now I'll come back to you. Now you disagree with him that the DSS...
that is not DSS even the bone of contention. If the DSS had, in the first place, substantiated that yes, Oshiomhole committed a crime, by the phone now, because what he is saying...
No, the DSS cannot even find Oshiomhole guilty. It's the court that found Oshiomhole guilty.
The court never found him guilty, so it was a business.
It's still an accusation.
It's still an accusation and speculation per se. Because you see, when you hate anybody, let's say they give a dog a bad name to kill it or nail it. Now, let me tell you emphatically, as far as the party across board, whether PDP and APC, ABGA or SDP is concerned, Oshiomhole has no equal right now in the country.
Hold on.
I disagree with
now,
that.
let me come. The fact that Oyegun, yes, I respect Oyegun as an elder statesman and who also led the party to victory in 2015. Oshiomhole also did the same.
The party had power of incumbency.
Hold on. Now, when you talk about power of incumbency, Jonathan was dethroned. Was he not having the power of incumbency?
You were giving time
No, I'm just trying to explain to you. So Oshiomhole have displayed that sagacity, even removed incumbent governors, and APC won in those states. Now, let me tell you something. At the state level, as a member of the party, even in my state, I have bountiful evidence to substantiate my assertions and opinion that the problem of the APC is the state leadership across the 36 states. When you talk about rivers,
now
is
the
Minister of Transportation not a leader of the APC in rivers?
I want to ask you now, if you are
when you talk of Zamfara,
if you are attributing all the crises in the party to the
state, what is the work of Oshiomhole? I don't know.
Now, for instance, let me
doesn't have the credentials to govern.
He has a credential. Oshiomhole is a man.
Please let him talk.
Apart, you said that he brought the comradeship, characteristics.
The confrontational
into party, not confrontational. As a comrade, we only disagree. We only disagree with anomalies. And that was what Oshiomhole introduced. First of all, when he called the National Working Committee, we have a sitting president who is also a party leader, mind you, and who has never said anything about partisanship. We adjudge that because he said he is for everybody and for nobody. We allow him. But has that happened in our political sphere since 1999 of this third dispensation? In PDP, where Obasanjo served, where Yar'Adua served, Goodluck served, have you seen a president that completely jettisoned and ignored party politics, a platform that made you president? It has never happened. Has Oshiomhole been given the enabling hand and the audacity that, look, do as you please? Which party in this country have sold funds to the people and use the proceeds of the form giving aspirant candidate of our party in the state level, at the state level, for up to 300, 400 million to contest an election? Oshiomhole did that. I get what I'm saying. And when this money got to the state level, these leaders and the party chairpersons sit down and feast on the money that is supposed to enable and orchestrate victory for the party. And then you turn back to come and blame, just like they are blaming President Muhammadu Buhari for some failures at the state level. It is not done. There is delegation of authority in every government, even in every organization. So there should be what we call duty bound and jurisdiction, because you are supposed to mount your jurisdiction and bring a report when necessary. And when your report is being faulted, you should not blame it on your CEO or your GM or your managing director.
Now look
that
at
is
it.
not how.
React to his
Before you react, let me nail this.
Yes, still on that. Now, if you say the crisis in the party should be blamed, you should blame the party leaders in the state. Now, what if Oshiomhole is finally thrown out and another national chairman comes in? That means the crisis in the state, in the party will continue.
It will continue. It will continue because the major thing, the fundamental problem has not been addressed. I get what I'm saying. Have you seen where party chairmen are taking bribes from candidates? Is it Oshiomhole that ran to this state and be taking bribes from these people? I'm a living witness, and I'm telling you how it operated, and he knows. I get what I'm saying. So if you are trying to nail Oshiomhole, I bet you, if Oshiomhole is finally removed on this mendacious and acrimonious ground, we all will leave the party and will help to destroy it.
Thank you. Now I'll come back to you. Now, if based on what he has said, blaming the crisis rocking the party on the state level. Now, if Oshiomhole goes out and another national chairman comes in, are you seeing APC collapsing as a party?
Let me first of all disagree with him on that assertion that the state leaders of the APC are to be blamed for the woes in the party.
Of course.
Let me start by saying that for Oshiomhole to attempt to shift these blames to others means he doesn't have the capacity to govern a political party. He lacks the grip on APC.
Oshiomhole is being nailed like this.
You were giving.
Take for instance.
I will put a point to that response.
Yeah, please allow him to talk.
Yes.
Take for instance, APC as it's currently constituted, from the national to the state level, nobody wants Oshiomhole because he does not know how to manage.
Even his word, he was suspended in his word.
20-something party state chairman had a meeting in Abuja and asked Oshiomhole to resign. State chairman accusing him of imposing candidates in their states and not sorting for their reactions, for their contribution before taking major decisions in their states.
Let me ask you one question.
Over 20
in your own state, was it Oshiomhole that imposed the governor before you lost the state?
Let me land. Many state chairmen, for you to know that what he's saying cannot be substantiated.
It is, so it can't.
That Oshiomhole is not allowing them free access to handle the affairs of the party. One, the person who took Oshiomhole to court that landed the suspension is the deputy vice national chairman, Northeast, Comrade Salihu, who is also faulting Oshiomhole for not allowing due process and not listening to dissenting voices in the party's echelon at the national headquarters. Do you understand where I'm going to? It means all the stratas of leadership in the APC, nobody is with Oshiomhole as it stands now.
That's why.
And for him to accuse President Muhammadu Buhari will pass in history as the most democratic president in the history of
because your party is winning now.
Who does not
he allows your party
who does not rule a political party with an iron fist. He will only be compared to the late Shehu Shagari, who led the country from 1979 to 1983 and allowed Dr. A.M.A. Akinloye to head his political party, the National Party of Nigeria, the NPN. This is how a party politics should be. Oshiomhole was given the free access to handle the party as it deems fit. Buhari did not realize that Oshiomhole does not have the requisite knowledge, the requisite credentials to pilot the affairs of the APC. And that is the problem of the APC today. Oshiomhole does not accommodate dissenting opinion. State chairmen have passed a vote of no confidence for his word, where he's from, where he was born, his family members to gather and remove him from the party. You should know he's not on ground.
This is still Press Talk on Television Nigeria. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll be winding up the program. Welcome back. This is still Press Talk on Nigerian. This is still Press Talk on Television Nigerian. I beg your pardon. Mr. Dan, you have 1 minute to go.
All right. I was saying that good people who have the requisite characteristics to leading at state level or party level are always being maligned, being scrutinized, being tagged as high-handedness.
So what's the way forward now for your party?
The APC at the national level, Mr. President is there. This man, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is there. El-Rufai is there. So many party echelons are there. Let me tell them emphatically, if they allow Oshiomhole to live without settling this thing amicably at the national level, the party that has already begun to crumble at the state level will completely be swallowed by the opposition party. And Mr. President should know that he owed this party and the country a legacy, you understand, after he leaves office by 2023. Because a legacy of continuity
in the party, or
but the party is an umbrella and democratically an institution.
No, you are criticizing his non-involvement in
the
party
because
politics, the party
if the president and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is one of the party leaders at the national level, had wanted to settle this thing even in Edo, within 24 hours, they could have done that. Where have you seen where this kind of echelons, big weight, will be in the party, and then they will just allow only the party chairman to be fighting, dangling here and there? It is not done.
So what do you want the party
Oshiomhole should remain, and then all this reconciliatory body under Chief Akande should table a kind of tranquilized party continuity. Otherwise, I see serious problem in the APC, like it was in the PDP that they failed power in 2015.
Let me quickly pass your parting words to the APC. Oshiomhole remaining as the national leader or national chairman of APC will not guarantee a level playing ground for everybody who aspire to contest for the presidency of the country in 2023 under the platform of the APC. Oshiomhole should be removed without delay, and a more accommodating individual with the sagacity to helm the affairs of a political party in this modern Nigeria should be enthroned, so that all these crises will fade away. The APC should know that everybody joining political party comes with a different interest, and they must try as an umbrella body to accommodate all these interests. If you win somebody in an election that is free, fair, and transparent, I don't think that person will complain much. But when you stop somebody from contest, that's the bone of contention. And we expect that all these things will go away with Oshiomhole. Oshiomhole lacks the credentials to govern APC, and his continued leadership of the party will lead it to political albatross before the 2023 general elections.
Thank you very much. That has been Press Talk on Television Nigerian. It has been Silvanus Okwe and Nat'l.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. That's the much we can take on Press Talk. I am Samuel Akwan. Join us tomorrow for another edition of the program.